All right, morning everyone. So took the weekend off to myself. It is Labor Day weekend. That means no cars scheduled. I'm not working on any projects. I got a lot of stuff that I've been putting off to the side that I just need to get to. First things first, this morning, what I'm gonna do is install this dash cam in my wife's Yukon. So this is a Pruvio. I think that's how you pronounce it. It is a front and back dash cam. So if you don't have a dash cam on your vehicle, that's something I definitely do recommend. I got them in all my cars, got them in my kids' cars. I'm not sponsored by this one. This is just one that was on sale and I put in there. We've had incidents in the past where my stepson got in an accident. He didn't have a dash cam, so it was kind of his story versus their story, whose fault it was or whatever the case was. I wish I would have had one in his vehicle at the time. This was years ago. So, I mean, it ended up going into court and stuff. And the guy tried to, hire one of his buddies to be a witness or whatever. But we ended up winning that case just because of the way the person investigating the way the accident happened and the damage on the vehicle. They were able to kind of prove that, in fact, that my stepson wasn't even involved in the accident of that vehicle. And the way the story lined up. So that was luckily on that part that, it just went smoothly as it did. And the insurance actually handled the case. We didn't get involved in anything. So anyway, so dash cam, definitely good to have in your vehicle if you don't have one. It proves it's good evidence for insurance purposes and stuff like that. So we're gonna get that installed in her vehicle. Another thing that we got is if you have the GMC YUKON with the LED tail lights, they are known to go out. Now you can go OEM, but it's very costly. So I found these on Amazon, pretty much replicas, so generic versions. But I have one actually on the passenger side already, and it works great. They're very bright, and pretty much all the same at a fraction of the cost. I think these on sale were like only 82 bucks a piece. So they do go on sale. You just have to wait for it. Now, normal prices, I believe 120 or so around there. Free shipping if you're, I think it's free shipping all around, whether you're a Prime member or not. But obviously you can get it a lot quicker if you're a Prime member. So, I mean, it's pretty straight install. Just a couple of screws to hold it in, and then you've got these tabs as well. These studs, I mean, and then just one wire harness connector. So I'll take it out there in a little bit when I install it. So we got that. And then I also need to install these fog lights on my truck later. So I've got some amber fog lights. So I do take some rural roads home where we stay at. So between the fog, the rain and stuff, these will definitely help out a lot. Now they're not any name brand ones or anything, but I've used these on my other trucks before, and when you're driving through rain, snow, these cut a lot better than just your standard white LEDs, which will reflect back. So these cut through. So we're gonna install these on the truck this weekend as well too. So, all right, guys, let's see what else we got going on. I'll take y'all out there with me. All right, so what you're gonna do is pull the rubber seal off. Just a little bit, you don't need to do all of it. And then you're gonna get that off. You don't need any special tools, it's just some spring clips. And then you got 2 torque screws there. T15s. slide it straight out, just like that. And then on the bottom here, you got a spring clip. Looks just like this. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So what happens is, each of these sections here, there's it's kind of like a metal, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's a metal plate, and those are the connections between all the LEDs and stuff. But over time, that metal plate and the spots where it kind of breaks out and branches out, those connections are broken. You can go in there and open this up itself. You can cut this plastic off and kind of resolder it and temporarily fix it, but to me it's a lot cheaper and less time consuming if you just replace this whole unit. Now obviously you lose the fact that it's a factory tail light, but we'll see here in a second. I'll show comparison between the two. As you can see here, it is a perfect match, and obviously this one looks a lot better since it's brand new, but I mean pretty much same thing. It's not like the headlights at the front where it says GMC on there or anything, or it's embossed on there. I mean it's just a regular tail light. So but yeah, we'll get this one on. It does come with a new harness, so one thing we'll swap out is the LED reverse bulb. Just left it like that. I'm not pulling the old harness off, but we will save this harness in case over time this does wear out, so we'll save that harness for a later time. But the plugs do match up, so if I can see it, everything's all lined up. Connector, reverse bulb, and that spring clip in there. So what I'll do now is take this tape off. Was everything good, guys? Alright, so you can see the brake light, it's all functioning now. You got the reverse bolts on, so it's a nice fit, factory fit. Simple install, something you can do yourself at home. You don't have to take it to a dealer. And then we'll just get this back in there. Alright, we're just pulling the old harness out of there.
Alright, so back to this again. We'll get this heat shrink connector on. Alright, so what we're going to do now is get to our camera first, make sure that that works before we go any further. Before I do that, we'll get these ground wires back in. So now it's powered on. So I'm putting it on point. Alright, that's good. Okay, so the next step is T15s on these torque screws for the visor. So what I'm going to do is run it behind it. All right, so we're trying to pull this clip off, which is what I'm trying to do so that I can tuck the wires back further, hopefully, and get behind here. But on these GMCs, so these do not twist off. There's actually a slit right here. Okay, and then in there is a T15 screw, so we'll unhook that. So what I've done now is that wiring's tucked back there. It's going like this, and it's gonna loop around this visor and go straight down this A-pillar right here. Everything's nice and snug, so we'll take it back in there. All right, so everything lined up inside here. So wiring goes up there. There's the dash cam. So wiring drops right down there. And I've got one loop around here into there. That way if I need to unplug it, I got some slack. And then the other harness is for the radar detector.